So I'm joined today by my fellow music scholar, Kiran. Hi.
Hi.
Today we're just going to be going through some questions just to get to know you a bit more. So do you want to introduce yourself a bit?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Kiran and I'm a first year medical student at Queen Mary, and I play the piano and the violin, and I'm a music scholar.
So you're a music scholar for the violin. So how did you start playing the violin? So when did you start playing?
So I started playing the violin at a pretty young age. I picked it up when I was probably around 6. And I can't say that I liked it particularly when I first started playing, probably due to the fact that it didn't sound very nice when I first started playing. But then over time, when I started kind of getting a little bit better, I really did start to fall in love with it. And, through the violin, I've been able to be a part of orchestras, which is another aspect of music that I love to do.
And is that something that you've been doing like consistently since you started playing then?
Yeah, so I started off just in school orchestras, in kind of primary school, and then I took it out of school and I got a little bit better. So I played with an orchestra with my violin teacher, the one that he was kind of running, and then I also played with the NCO, with the National Children's Orchestra, which was an amazing experience.
So do you have any particularly memorable experiences in playing music, just generally in life?
There's one which is a bit of a weird one. So it was when I was a little bit younger. I was probably about 12, and my form tutor at school found out that I played the violin to a fairly decent level. So she wanted me to play to my class to show them kind of.
Oh no.
I know. And so she had me stood in the middle of kind of a circle. All of my kind of fellow classmates made a circle around me, and while I was playing the violin, I had to turn around on the spot. So that was I would say would be a memorable moment. And then apart from that, I think that the final concert that I played with NCO, we played Prokofiev, which I'd always wanted to play.
It was Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. So that was really memorable for me. I loved that.
So obviously now we're in some strange times, and we're all at home and we don't get to play music together and that kind of thing. So how important do you think music is generally, but especially now that we're in this kind of lockdown environment?
Music has always been really important to me. It's always been a kind of constant in my life, which I can just go to and that I can just escape to get away from everything else that's going on in my life. Especially now during lockdown, obviously it's been difficult on everyone's kind of mental health. And I've found myself sat at the piano, especially, also the violin, but mostly the piano actually, a lot more than I would like to admit, because it's just a really nice stress relief. It's a really good way to just, to just get away from everything else.
So what have you been playing recently, on the piano at least?
On the piano, so I'm kind of just playing around with random repertoire. I'm not working towards any grades right now or anything. So one thing in particular that I always play is Einaudi. He has some really, it's just really enjoyable music to play, and it's really easy to kind of listen to. So I've been playing that like a lot on the piano.
And what about the violin then? So, because you said you'd be playing the violin as well.
So on the violin, I am currently doing a Bach Partita No. 3, which is challenging, but I'm getting through it. And then I've just decided that I want to learn the theme from Schindler's List, which is random, but it's a piece of music that I've always wanted to be able to play. So yeah.
I would say in a strange way, I feel like both of those are quite good lockdown pieces, because obviously Bach is solo, so you're playing the partita, which is completely solo, and then the Schindler's List is quite melancholy, I think, which is, So how do you plan to pursue music in the future? So obviously we're playing at the moment, but because we can't meet in person, we can't do any of the stuff that we're supposed to be doing with music scholars, like concerts and things like that. But far in the future, what do you intend to do that's like music related besides becoming a doctor?
So I think it will be challenging to kind of carry on keeping music a part of my life, but I really do want to try and make sure that I don't let go of it, because it is such an important thing for me. I think that for me, I think what it will end up being is just maybe being a part of an orchestra in the future, where I can play with kind of like-minded people who also still have a passion for music, kind of playing repertoire and being able to still just go to music when I'm stressed, because I'm sure I will be with my profession.
I would say, I think even if you don't join a formal organisation, which I mean, you could if you wanted to. I don't know if there's like a doctor's orchestra in London that maybe you could join, maybe. But even if you don't join a formal organisation, I think it's still really nice to be able to have that ability to play on your own and like enjoy new repertoire, like you said, that kind of thing. So I think that'd be really nice.
Yeah.
And the final question. So you were asked to pick 3 pieces that you like the most or that you think are significant. So what's the first one?
So the first one I picked is Arturo Marquez's Conga de Fuego.
Why did you pick it? I mean,
okay. So I picked this one because it's a really, I think the first time I heard it was probably on Classical FM, to be honest. But I picked it because it's a very different piece of music. It's really modern, it's fun, it's kind of high tempo. So it's one of those pieces which you can just kind of relax to and you can listen to for a different kind of reason. It's a fun piece of music.
It's very like free, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's very just like relaxing.
And your second piece?
My second piece is Prokofiev's Dance of the Night, so from Romeo and Juliet, like I said.
Yeah, the one that you played with your orchestra.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the reason why I picked it, is because it is such a powerful piece of music. Like, it's, when you listen to it, it's just so kind of empowering. So that's why I like that piece.
I think it's one of those pieces that's really fun to play in an orchestra as well because of how loud it is. And obviously it's not too difficult in terms of like the parts for the violin and stuff. So it's one of those pieces where everyone comes together and just plays this massive tune. So I think that'd be really fun to play. I've never actually played it. So, and your third piece?
My third piece is Vittorio Monti's Czardas. I picked this one because it's just a classic. It's my favorite violin piece to listen to. It's so fun to play as well, like violinistically. It just works so well with your hand, with the left hand with playing it. And I can listen to it on repeat.
I think as well, because the sections of it, so you know you can like separate it into bits. So if you have the first bit that's all done on the G string, and then you have the harmonics, and then you have like the fast bits in between. I think it's just really, like you said, it's really fun to listen to and play to as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's it for us today. Thanks for doing this interview with me. It's really nice to talk to you.
Yeah, you too.
It's a pleasure talking to you.
Yes, thank you.